Hello, and welcome to Pictures of Understanding, sponsored by Nations and Generations. My name is Billy Mack Richard, and if what we talk about makes you laugh or makes you cry, touches your heart, makes sense to you, might just make you mad, then please consider subscribing to our channel, youtube.com/Nations and Generations. Also, you can find us on Rumble at Nations and Generations. Make sure to hit the bell so that you can be alerted every time we bring new information your way. You can also find us on Facebook at Nations and Generations. Also, if you care to, sign up for email alerts at nationsandgenerations.com. Now, I am a thankful man, and I'm always thankful when you share our programs. It does help more than you may realize. Now, today on Pictures of Understanding, we're going to paint a picture of representative. Oh my, what have we done? Stay tuned. At Nations and Generations, we take a Bible-based worldview. We know unequivocally that our heritage in the United States of America has a Judeo-Christian ethos. That is to say that the characteristic and spirit of our culture, the community, is rooted in biblical, godly principles. The fruit of this foundation is on display from our founding throughout our history in our beliefs and aspirations. The writer of Proverbs says in Proverbs 23:7, "For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Now, this principle, or law, is why there's such a battle for control of our thoughts. Whoever controls the thoughts of a man controls that man. And by extension, whoever controls the thoughts and the understanding of that nation controls that nation. So basically, simply put, control what's heard, control what's understood when heard, and you'll control the man, the family, the culture, and the nation. The word we want to look at today is representative. Now, because our language has become so diluted by those that wish to subdue our nation, it is best that we get a picture of understanding of representative by drawing a contrast to another word that is often used, that word being leader. Now, let's remember that pictures of understanding is not by definition alone, but by concept and definition. So to get clarity on representative, we need to have a better understanding of leader as well. In fact, over the past several months, this term, leader versus representative, has become a burr under my saddle blanket. To hear this word used in today's political climate has given me great concern. And I think it's important that we have a clear picture of understanding on how the government, by the people and for the people, is structured. Our signals of communication must be clear, factual, and accurate, meaning what we say we mean and what we mean we say. When the framers set forth the documents that we govern ourselves by, a federalist democratic constitution form of government, by design, we are to elect agents or people to represent us. In legislative terms, a representative, this person is an agent or a subset who supplies the place of others, being invested with the authority of those that elected them. In the United States of America, we understand that our rights are God-given by birth and not granted by some government. As a self-governing people, we agree to give authority to elected agents to represent our will and our desires. A leader, on the other hand, sometimes called a captain or a commander or a chief, all words that suggest they are first in line. You know, the person who goes first and gets the best. Leaders demand preferential treatment, and heretofore, they have usually gotten it. Side note, have you ever wondered how a person elected to represent you go to the House of Representatives in Washington, D.C., making $150,000, $250,000 a year, and in 4 to 6 years, that person now is worth $10 million or $20 million. How does that happen? Talk about privilege. But I digress. Allow me to give you a simple picture of understanding of how we've allowed things to deteriorate around this concept. As we look at this, let me preference what I'm about to say with this statement. Most of our locally elected representatives are good, hardworking people. So I'm not endeavoring to cast dispersions on anyone in particular. Now, that being said, to help us better understand, I want to look at our local Walmart and our local government buildings. Just about everyone goes to Walmart. They're the largest employer in the world, but the bill at Walmart is paid because people, you and I, buy things. They make a profit and the wheel rolls on. For Walmart to accomplish this, they need human resources, employees. We see two groups of people at any given time in Walmart. That would be customers, you and I, and employees. I think one of the funniest and most frustrating things is trying to get a decent parking place at a Walmart, trying to get close to the door. But if you notice, the employees are given specific areas to park, normally on the back side of the parking lot. And if your Walmart's anything like ours, those parking lots are quite large. We might even say employees park on the back 40. In fact, they have designated the parking with a different paint color. Employees get paid, they park on the back 40, and the customers, the ones paying the bill, get the parking closest to the door. Makes sense. Preference is given to those who pay the bill. Got it? Now, let's look at your and my local government building. It could be the city, school board, county commissioners, our state, especially nationally. But let's stay close to home for now. We elect agents to represent us. These people get paid, most very well, to do a job. We furnish them offices and buildings. We hire them secretaries, provide them everything they need to effectively represent us. These people are agents of we the people. They are our representatives. And yet, when you go to your local government building, you and I are asked, as the customers, are required to park on the back 40, while the employees have preferred parking right next to the front door. This is because we have allowed the agents of representation of the will of the people to consider themselves local leaders and anoint themselves with privilege that was never designed to be there. We must stand against tyranny in any and every form. Words and concepts are high on the list. We can no longer allow our language to be polluted. This is not a leader-follower arrangement. This is an arrangement, an agreement, where those elected are delegated authority, not power, to represent the will of the people that elected them, nothing more and nothing less. As we take back our language, we are better able to stand, fight, and live for the Republic, to leave an inheritance and legacy to those that would come behind us. Finally, I would like to say, there's only one God, one heaven, and one way to get to that God. And I'm glad to tell you this, that one way is Jesus. I'm also glad to say this, God is not mad at me, and God is not mad at you. He is not out to get you. I promise you, if God was out to get you, you would have been got a long time ago. The Bible tells us in Acts chapter 4, verse 12, there is salvation in and through no one else, for there is no other name under heaven given whereby men must be saved. That way to the one true God is through Jesus Christ and Jesus alone. Regardless of what men or women may say, don't allow yourself to be deceived. Thank you for stopping by. I trust this was a blessing to you, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for future videos. Share these with your friends and families so we can all have a better picture of understanding. We do want to leave a better world, a better place than we found it. My name is Billy Mack Richard, reminding you that God is good and His mercy endures forever.